Welcome back to Moving to Hampton Roads. If you're in the market for a luxury home here in Williamsburg, Virginia, and you've been doing your research, you've probably come across the big three neighborhoods of Kingsmill, Ford's Colony, and Governor's Land. Those are by far and away the largest luxury neighborhoods here in Williamsburg. But that doesn't mean those are the only places where you can get a gorgeous luxury home. So in today's video, I'm going to take you on a tour of 3 luxury alternative neighborhoods here in Williamsburg. These are going to be neighborhoods that aren't on golf courses. They're going to be neighborhoods that don't have big HOAs that offer a ton of amenities. Now, if you want those things, sure, Governor's Land, Ford's Colony, Kingsmill are a phenomenal option. But if that's not quite your style, then these can be a fantastic alternative to those big neighborhoods. My name is David Tortellini, and I help people just like you buy and sell property here in Williamsburg, Virginia. Before we get started, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. And when you're ready to get started, give me a call, shoot me a text, or send me an email. All right, from here, we're gonna jump in the car and we're gonna start off in the neighborhood of Holly Hills. This is a beautiful neighborhood in the city of Williamsburg, so you're gonna be really close to colonial Williamsburg and a lot of the other great amenities that Williamsburg has to offer. All right, let's get in the car and go check it out. Before we get in the car, I want to start here on the map so I can show you exactly where we're going. And of course, you have Williamsburg right here, which is going to be located on the Virginia Peninsula, just southeast of Richmond, and of course, north of Newport News, Virginia Beach, Norfolk, all those great towns. So right here, we have Williamsburg, and as we zoom in, you're going to see Colonial Williamsburg right here, William and Mary campus here. This is 64, which is the main highway that runs through Hampton Roads, and we have the 199 belt that loops around the city of Williamsburg through James City County. And we have James Road that leads from Colonial Williamsburg down to, you guessed it, Jamestown. So where is Holly Hills? Holly Hills is right here. So this neighborhood here is Holly Hills. And then right here, we have this one street and loop. This is Yorkshire. And really, for all intents and purposes, these are one big neighborhood. So when I read off some stats today and when we're driving around in the neighborhood, you're going to kind of see both neighborhoods here combined because, like I said, they really are just kind of one big neighborhood. And then those surround Walsingham Academy. So if you're looking for a private school for your kids, you could have one right out the door here. Walsingham is an extremely highly rated and well sought after private school here in the area. Now, being right here on the 199 belt, this is going to put you just a few minutes down the road from a lot of great shopping. You're going to have your Publix supermarket right here, Target, a bunch of other shops in here. You can get into some of the restaurants. You're going to have Settlers Market, which can have your Trader Joe's and a whole bunch of other things like Home Goods and a Walmart neighborhood market. And then you have Newtown, which is the premier shopping, dining, living community, all the businesses, the movie theater, great restaurants like Opus 9 and Bonefish, just so many great food options here in this part of town. So really, you're 5 minutes away from the vast majority of shopping and dining located in Williamsburg in this area. And then, of course, you have Richmond Road, which is just filled with restaurants down over here. And that's probably only about 12 minutes away. Now being right here, if you want to be close to Colonial Williamsburg, you are about 1.7 miles away from Merchant Square. So very, very short drive in. You could even walk it, you could bike it, and you could be really in there just within a few minutes. So very, very convenient to Colonial Williamsburg and pretty much everything else that Williamsburg has to offer. In terms of hospitals, you do have Centera, which is the largest hospital. This can be a little farther away, around 12 to 15 minutes up to Centera. It's going to be really close to your Walmart, your Lowe's, and Home Depot is up here as well. And then if you go back down for other medical services, really close by, you are going to have some from Riverside here in this area. And then you are going to have the Doctor's Hospital down this way. This is probably your closer hospital. It's probably less than 10 minutes away, not quite as big as the Centera though, so a bit of a smaller hospital this way. So for medical services, you're going to have two hospitals, in the 10 to 15 minute range away. But yeah, and then of course you just have access to everything here, and this is right in city of Williamsburg. All right, so now that we have a bit of an idea of where you are, let's hop in the car and get looking around Holly Hills. Alrighty, well, we're heading up into Holly Hills, and you can see right away this is an impeccably maintained neighborhood, has nice sidewalks, makes it really easy to get around in this neighborhood, and for the most part what we're going to see are large brick homes. Now, Holly Hills combined with Yorkshire is going to be about 170 homes, and they're going to range from around 2,100 up to 6,700 square feet. So not every home in Holly Hills would qualify as a luxury home. A lot of these homes don't quite meet that standard, but 55 of these homes are over 4,000 square feet, and most of them are over 3,000 square feet. So for the vast majority, you're still going to get a really nice size home. And some of these back up to College Creek, which means they are going to be waterfront, they are going to be a little bit higher end, and you're going to have an opportunity there as well. So if you're looking for something on the water, this could be a spot for you, because surprisingly, there isn't a ton of waterfront in Williamsburg. So speaking of being in Williamsburg, so we're in city of Williamsburg, and the big benefit there is the tax rate. So you're really only looking at 62 cents per $100 of assessed value here in city of Williamsburg, which means if you have $1 million house, your annual real estate taxes are $6,200. Now, that is phenomenal. It is significantly below the national average of $1.07 per $100 of assessed value. So a comparative would be Virginia Beach. If you're also looking for a higher end home there, they're at 99 cents. Or you could even just go over to James City County, where our other two neighborhoods are, and those are going to be 83 cents per $100. So there is some significant savings by living in the city of Williamsburg. Now, your additional expenses in this neighborhood is a small HOA of just $33 a month. So there aren't really any amenities to speak of in this neighborhood. So no pool, no playgrounds, anything like that. You're really just paying for a simple association to make sure that everything is well maintained, and some ground maintenance around the area. And you're also looking at homes, just so you know, that were built starting in the early 90s and mostly up through the early 2000s, with some continued construction up until just recently. And of course, as I mentioned on the map, right here, we're just a mile and a half to Colonial Williamsburg. You are still close to the Williamsburg Winery. You're close to shopping. This is really a beautiful, beautiful neighborhood, and one that I think you'll really enjoy continuing to watch. So what I'm going to do is just play a little music for a couple more minutes, and while we drive around the neighborhood, so you can see as much of this beautiful neighborhood, Holly Hills. And then when we finish up, we will actually be in Yorkshire, so you'll see the slight difference between the two, but for the most part, they really do just function as one big neighborhood. That was Holly Hills. Next up, we're gonna head over to the Williamsburg Winery, where we're gonna look at the gorgeous adjacent neighborhood of the Vineyards. These are some beautiful, beautiful homes. I think you're gonna love them. Let's get back in the car and go take a look. Let's start on the map again real quick so we can show you exactly where the neighborhood is. So again, Colonial Williamsburg, and we're gonna be heading to the southwestern portion of Williamsburg, and this is the Vineyards. So really beautiful neighborhood, has a lake running through the middle. So there are quite a few waterfront homes here on the lake and even some back here on the creek. So really a few waterfront options. And then we have the Vineyard. So Williamsburg Winery is beautiful. It is a wonderful place to spend your days and evenings. There's a beautiful restaurant right here on site. Great wine, a lot of outdoor seating and places to spend time with your friends and family and spend a day here. You're going to have a lot of tourists that come to this part as well, but really a lot of people right here in the community are regulars here at the winery, and people throughout the community spend a lot of time here at the Williamsburg Winery. It is beautiful and scenic and a very, very special place to have right outside your back door, because most of the other wineries are in much more rural locations. So you can have a beautiful luxury home, winery in your backyard, and then the entire Williamsburg area just outside. And here you're going to see you have the Williamsburg Jamestown Airport. Just so you know, this is not a big airport that services jets. This is going to be small propeller type airplanes, small personal aircraft. So you're not having to deal with massive jet noise, just the occasional propeller, personal airplane flying overhead. It's not going to interfere with your life too much. Now, this also means that you are still going to be very close to, we were just here in Holly Hills, and now we're just about 5 minutes down the road here in the Vineyards. All right, let's hop in the car and go check it out. Now we're starting right up at the entrance to the Williamsburg Winery. So right down there, that's how you get to the Williamsburg Winery. And then when you live in the Vineyards, your entrance in and out of your community every single time you come and go is going by these beautiful grapevines, going by the vineyard. This is certainly one of the more scenic and beautiful entrances to a neighborhood in the entire southeastern Virginia region. So really just a very, very special neighborhood and great place to live. So what you're going to have here are about 100 homes, and the full name of this neighborhood is the Vineyards at Jockey Neck, but no one really uses the Jockey Neck part, so everyone just calls it the Vineyards. And these 100 homes were built starting in 1990, and then there are some more recent homes. There were construction all the way up through 2023. So if you're looking for something a little bit newer than that, you can get that in this community as well. And the vast majority of what we're going to see today are going to be between about 3,000 square feet and 6,500 square feet. Now, there are some homes in here that are below 3,000 square feet, so if you're looking for something a little smaller, that's still doable here. And there are some homes over 6,500 square feet if you're looking for something even bigger. There's even a 16,000 square foot home in this community on a 10-acre lot. That's certainly an outlier and one of the largest homes in all of southeastern Virginia. This community does have a $194 a month HOA fee. And for that, you're going to get a clubhouse, pool, and tennis courts, which we'll drive by shortly. So I would say this neighborhood is a nice in-between for a home where you don't have any amenities versus being in a neighborhood like Kingsmill, where you're going to have a lazy river, a huge clubhouse, golf, tennis courts, pickleball courts, all sorts of crazy stuff. So if you don't want to be in a huge HOA with a ton of amenities, but you do want the pool, the tennis courts, this is a really nice neighborhood to get those. And most of the homes here that we're going to see are going to be on nice sized lots. They start around a half an acre and go up to about 5 acres. And you're going to find lot sizes pretty much everywhere in between. So if you're looking for a little bit more land, you can do that here. And some of the other nice features of this neighborhood is there is a 2.3 mile hiking trail loop that goes around the neighborhood. The one interesting thing about that hiking trail, though, is it's owned by the Wessex 100 Hunt Club. And that means that for them, it is a hunting trail. So you can only use it in the off season. So you're going to want to reach out to them and find out the exact dates when you should be and can be using that trail for safety purposes. So I'm going to continue to drive through the neighborhood so you can see as much of this beautiful subdivision as possible. I'm going to let the music play and we'll just tour through the rest of the neighborhood, and then I'll see you again where we will go and look at our final community of Liberty Ridge. And that was the Vineyards. Next up, we have our final neighborhood of the day, Liberty Ridge. This is a beautiful neighborhood. It's the newest of the three. And if you're looking for a large lot, then you're gonna love Liberty Ridge because the minimum lot size in this neighborhood is 3 acres. All right, let's get back in the car one more time and go check out Liberty Ridge. Let's start on the map one last time so you can see exactly where Liberty Ridge is, because it is in a very different location. We were down in this area, and now we're going up off of Centerville Road, which is up out here, and this is Liberty Ridge. If you're familiar with Ford's Colony, that's all right here. So it's really just on the other side of Centerville from Ford's Colony, and then this is what's currently developed, and then this is the area that may be developed in the future, and we'll talk about that once we get in the car. Now, being up off of Centerville, it is going to put you a little farther away from a lot of things. So you're probably an extra 5 minutes away from, especially from getting over to Richmond Road out this way. If you want to be at Busch Gardens a lot, that is going to probably put you about 20 minutes away from Busch Gardens, but you'll also be closer to things like Freedom Park. If you like to go hiking, if you like to mountain bike, Freedom Park has 20 miles of mountain biking trails. If you have kids who play sports, they will probably be playing a lot of those at the Whisk. So it's called the Williamsburg Indoor Sports Complex. But as you can see, it is anything but an indoor sports complex. These are all ball fields where kids go to play soccer, lacrosse, baseball, pretty much everything is going to be here. So it's still in a great area, just a little farther away. And being a little farther away is what does allow for those large lots. So you can kind of see when we zoom in on the homes here, you can see what kind of lots you're going to get when you're looking at a property here. So really just a lot more space than you're going to get in most other neighborhoods in the Williamsburg area. So really cool. Let's get in the car. Let's take a look. And this will be our final neighborhood for the day. So here we are in Liberty Ridge, and right now this is a fairly small community, mostly due to the lot sizes. When you're going to have a minimum of 3 acres, everything's going to be nice and spread out. You're going to still see a lot of trees. We're going to have some times when we're driving through where you might even just see trees for a little bit. But right now it's 60 homes, and there are plans to make it up to 138 homes. Now, there is no defined timeline for when the rest of the neighborhood is going to be built. So I spoke to the builder the other day, and they said they're at least 6 months out from even announcing anything, which means that construction may not begin, if we're lucky, until mid-2025. So if you're watching this video well into the future, even if it's 2, 3, 4 years from when I'm filming it in August of 2024, definitely check in with me, because homes in this neighborhood started being built in 2011 and the last home was completed in 2023, which means it's probably going to take quite some time to finish out the other 78 homes they want to build in this neighborhood. So definitely don't think that this neighborhood is anywhere near done, even if you're watching this a couple years from now. And in this neighborhood, 53 of the 60 homes that are currently built are over 4,000 square feet. So you are going to get some large homes. Now, these were built by Ryan Homes, and then a lot were built by D.R. Horton, and that's who's going to be doing the expansion on this community. And then Eagle Construction is also building homes here as well. So they even have a small street that's already marked that looks like it's going to fit about 6 or 7 homes. So there are going to be some new construction coming up pretty soon with Eagle. And for the most part here, though, what you're looking at is just getting that big, beautiful house and getting that land. There are no amenities in this neighborhood, so no pool, clubhouse, or anything like that like the Vineyards had. And you're expected to just kind of do what you want to do on your lot and have the big playground for your kids, have the big trampoline, plenty of room to throw a football around, all that kind of stuff. So really, this is a great spot to be in. You are looking at a $55 per month HOA, and the majority of these homes recently in 2024 that have sold have been in the $900,000 to $1.2 million range. And just this overall area, up off of Centerville, you're really close to big neighborhoods like Ford's Colony, you're close to the Whisk, like I mentioned. So really, it is a little bit out of the way to be up in this part of Centerville, but still you're going to be very connected to the entire community, because we always joke around here in Williamsburg. We say everything in Williamsburg is 15 minutes from everything else. So no matter where you are still going to be very engaged with all of Williamsburg. But this is a rare opportunity to have a great chance to get a very large lot. Now, the last neighborhood, the Vineyards, had some large lots as well, but not as many as this. This is definitely one of the more spaced out communities in the entire area. All right, so just like the last couple of neighborhoods, I am going to continue to drive around so you can see as much of Liberty Ridge as possible, and then I will see you again at the end of the video. Well, there you have it, folks. 3 luxury alternative neighborhoods right here in Williamsburg, Virginia. Now, of course, those aren't the only other 3 places where you can buy a luxury home here in Williamsburg. We do have luxury homes scattered throughout the region, so if these didn't work for you, if the big 3 neighborhoods don't work for you, we will have plenty of other options as well. If you do like what you saw in today's video, go down into the description. I'll have a link to each neighborhood. When you click on that, you can see what's currently active for sale, no matter when you watch this video. Now, of course, I'm here and I would absolutely love to help you out with your move to Williamsburg. So give me a call, shoot me a text, or send me an email when you're ready to get started. In the meantime, don't forget to like this video, leave a comment if you have any questions whatsoever. Share this video with anyone else you know who may be making a move to the Williamsburg area, and of course, subscribe to this channel for more videos on Williamsburg and the surrounding area. Again, my name is David Tortellini. I'm with eXp Realty. Thank you so much for watching.